Morning, top notch. I guess it's me and you, but we're gonna go right ahead and go right on. I know it is early, but I do have a lot to do today, so I just need to come on early and talk about a few things. So, what's up, Kim McGee? It's good to see you. So I see top notch and Kim McGee. What's up, Southern Nobleman? It's good to see you. I was over there at Bertha, man. I thoroughly enjoyed myself at Bertha, man. You know, it is what it is. Bertha May is a 1099. Everybody get hit. Sometimes I get hit, but it's all good. So I enjoyed Bertha May this morning. What's up? What's up, Miss Senator? I hope everybody is doing well. So let me start off by saying we're going to start talking about what's happening in the news today. Again, shout out to the Texas lawmakers who decided to leave the state of Texas instead of um, allowing the Republicans to gerrymander and redistrict Democratic strongholds in Texas so the Republicans can get 5 seats. They are really trying to steal this midterm elections. So shout out to those Texas lawmakers who decided to leave town and not vote. They cannot have a quorum without, and so shout out to them. What's up, Janice Johnson? I appreciate those. Oh, Janice, I'm so sorry to hear that. Could y'all please pray for Janice? Oh my God, Lord, we just pray for Janice right now. Um, she is coming with some really heavy news. We just ask that the blood of Jesus covers her and protects her. And Lord, help her get through this. Let her know that she can grieve. She has the right to ask questions and to be angry. But just let her know that you're with her. And just help her through this difficult time. We are so grieved to hear about this with her. So we lift her up in Jesus' name. Wow. Janice, I'm so sorry to hear about that. We do keep you all up in prayer. For those who really know the words of prayer, please, please keep Janice Johnson up in prayer. You want the link, Janice? All right, we're going to give Janice the link. I am so sorry to hear that, Janice. I'm going to drop the link for Janice. I am so sorry to hear about that. So please keep her in prayer. Janice, come on up if you want to. Now, Janice, I am going to have to put the banner up at the beginning, and then I'll take it down, all right? But if you want to come up, Janice, you can. I'm so sorry to hear about your loss. I mean, and that's something unexpected. So keep Janice in prayer. Man. So, Janice, I did drop the link for you. So I think Janice is coming up and she wants to say something. Yeah. But as she's getting ready to come on up, I want to thank those lawmakers. Also, now a lot of our red state Republicans are backpedaling on that big, beautiful bill because a lot of school systems are really, really sticking it to the. Oh, I'm sorry, you all. Give me a minute. That's Janice. Give me a minute. Hello, Janice.
I'm here. I'm finna go outside.
Okay, Janice.
I'll be right back, good. Jay Wilson, can you hear me?
Janice, I can hear you fine.
Jay Wilson, can you hear me?
Janice, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, but I don't want to wake up my kids are
No.
37.
You fine, baby. You fine. Go ahead. You
Listen,
fine. I can hear you.
My kids are 36, 37, 36, 35, and 34. I have a 7-year-old. I'm not. I'm outside. I took my camera off, like how you taught me. I need the trumpets of prayer. Do you hear me, Jay Wilson?
No,
What is
Janice,
a
we
home
hear you.
invasion?
Oh,
What is a home invasion? My daughter was
they,
a nurse,
yes.
and they handcuffed her to the goddamn motherfucking uh, what is it called? They had a nice house to the tub. She said, "I ain't got no money." She said, "The money not here." Jay Wilson, they have a $350,000 house. I gotta go home and get my grandbabies.
Janice, I'm so sorry to
Jay
hear that.
Wilson, my heart is so broke. I'ma go home and go off. This is the most disgusting thing that I've ever heard with the street game.
Wow.
You don't shit where you lay at, you son of a bitch. I gotta get home to get my babies so I could get them out of there. My brothers and my kids are gonna kill them. They know who did it. Oh, am I saying too much? Jay Wilson, I probably need your
Janice,
phone
let
number
me
or
let me
something. I
let me
need
say
some
this.
counseling.
Let me
My
say this,
heart,
Janice.
my heart
Janice,
and my soul hurt. I
I
just
know,
keep
Janice.
saying, Jay Wilson. No, Jay Wilson. You know I ain't no bad person. This is break. I said, Lord, I can't even get. I tried to get a red eye. I can't get there because of all the damn smoke in the
Yeah,
air.
yeah. So Janice, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. My thing
Jay
is,
Wilson, this is my baby that didn't deserve it.
I
She
got
was a
you.
good gal. She,
I got you,
I,
Janice.
I was a teen parent. Do you hear
Uh-huh.
me?
Yes,
I worked my ass off for them babies. Do you
yes.
understand me? And
I
when
got you,
my
Janice.
husband died of leukemia, cancer, my first set of kids, I have a 7-year-old and I'm 58, Jay Wilson.
I got you, Janice. Well, Janice,
My
let me say this.
soul, my
I know your
soul
soul is
and my
hurting.
spirit hurt. But I
I
just
know.
keep praying and I gave it to God and I go back and get it.
Well, let me say this, Janice. You have a right to be angry. You
I'm
have a
not
right to
angry.
cry. I
Listen,
got you.
Jay
But
Wilson,
let me say this
my
though. Let me
mama
say this.
and Jay
You
Wilson, my
have a
mom and
right to.
daddy are pastors. I'm not mad.
I
I'm not
understand.
angry. I'm hurt and my soul hurt.
And
See,
you
this is
have
why
a
I
right.
left.
Well, what
This
I'm
is
saying
why
is
I
you.
left. Jay Wilson,
What I'm
don't ever listen. Jay Wilson, okay, I gotta
look,
move.
baby.
I
Let me
gotta
say
move. I
something
gotta
before you.
move a little bit
Well,
because
hold
I
on,
don't want
Janice.
to upset my little girl.
I
I
understand, but
want to upset
Janice,
my little girl. I
Janice,
don't
I
want to
got you. But
upset my little girl. Your kid's
I
supposed to
know,
bury you. You're not
I
supposed
know,
to
Janice.
bury your kids.
Janice, I got you. Janice, but let me say this. Make sure your
Yes, sir.
family is okay. Don't repay
Jay
evil with
Wilson,
evil. Because
I'm not going home with a hard spirit that I left with
I
when I
know,
left some
I
years
know.
ago.
But I'm concerned about your family members because
In
I
the
don't want
name of,
nobody to
I
go
don't give a flying F about them. Because you
okay.
know what? It happened on they dime. Now, what I'm going home for is that I have insurance on all of my children.
I
You
got
hear
you.
me?
Uh-huh.
I don't owe them a damn thing.
I got you. But Janice,
Your
let me tell
kids
you what
supposed to bury you. I'm not upset with them.
I know, but let me say what you just
I'm
said that
upset.
kind of
Look, Jay
but let me
Wilson,
say this, Janice.
please.
I want you to listen,
Yes,
Janice,
sir.
because you just said
Yes, sir.
something and it kind of put a red flag up. And I don't want to interrupt, but I think make sure you may not care, but I don't want no more bloodshed because you said that they know
Jay
who it
Wilson,
is.
I'm trying to do that. I've
Okay.
been on the phone for 12 hours.
Okay.
I
Good,
told all
baby.
the
Good.
killers. I said, please,
Good.
y'all. I
Good.
said, please, y'all. I said, don't
Good.
do that. I said, ain't
Good.
nothing
Good.
go come out of good with that. Y'all got
Good.
401s. Y'all been selling drugs forever. Y'all ain't never. You mother. I ain't gonna disrespect your
You
family.
know, Janice, go ahead and do what you got to do. I'm just good with that. I'm glad that you're
Listen,
letting them
listen
know.
to me, Jay
Good.
Wilson.
I'm just, go ahead.
I love my family. All
Mm-hmm.
546 of them, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that my mama taught me to do is, baby, please just feed them. Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
See, I honor my mother and my father. These are the most ridiculous people that you've ever. I come from an eclectic family. When I left home, I never went back home. I
I
never
got
asked my parents to do anything for me, Mr. J. Wilson.
you. Mm-hmm.
J. Wilson, my soul and my spirit hurt.
Understand.
And the only reason why I put it in your chat is because the first time that I met you, I was homeless with that little baby. And you told me you had to come up. You hear me? And I made the best part of my life. I do not want to go home, Jay Wilson, and deal with them. But I have to
Uh,
accordingly.
I got you.
But I have to stand 10 toes down and respect my
Yes.
mother, my father, my granny, my papa, and all of them and what they taught me. This is what
Yes.
they instilled in me. Now
Yes.
it's my time.
I got you.
Oh,
Janice,
Jay
I'm going
was
to pray with you because I know it's hurtful. And let me
in
tell you
the
something.
name of Jesus.
It's one thing when you know somebody is long term ill because you expect
Jay
that.
was, I
But
don't
when
even
this
know what a home invasion is. What is a home invasion? You
somebody
know
came
shit
in
where
and
you
tried to
live.
rob, yeah, they tried to come in
About
and
30,
rob without
uh,
the person knowing.
thir-
Yeah.
if he would have called me in my 30s, I would kill her. I would kill him. Do you hear me? If he would
Yeah.
have called me in
I hear
my
you now,
30s,
Janice.
I'm 58. This is ridiculous. This is why I don't fuck around with them. Your family is your worst enemy. They hurted me to my death, but God damn it, don't fuck with my kids and grandbabies. Jay Wilson, I gotta go get my grandbabies.
I got you.
It cost me $638, and I can't get a flight out to Monday because of the fire
The
smoke
smoke, the
where I live.
Canadian fires. Yeah.
Yeah, I live in
Yeah.
North Dakota.
Yeah. Janice,
Jay
we
Wilson,
praying with you.
I don't give
We
a
praying
fuck
with
who
you.
in your chat or who on here. If a motherfucker
No,
dox me, I will come and see them. This
well,
is ridiculous.
Janice, focus on
Yes, sir.
family love. Everybody is praying with you. Everybody who's on here they're really, really praying with
My
you,
family,
Janice.
Jay Wilson, I love to death. That's what I was taught. The good, the
Yes.
bad, and the ugly. But I never
Mm-hmm.
thought Jay Wilson it would cost me one of my kids. Jay
Yeah.
Wilson, I'm so distraught. I'm so
Yeah.
angry. I don't
I
drink
understand.
liquor. I don't do all the meth and all. I smoke weed.
Okay. Okay. Janice, all I can
I
say
feel,
is,
and then I can't get there. I'm finna. I'm gonna give me a car and just drive there. Jay Wilson,
Janice, while you're
I
doing that,
just
though,
want my
reflect and
grandbabies.
breathe. But breathe, baby, because at the end of the day, you can only do what you can do.
I'm
And
trying to
just
breathe,
breathe.
Jay Wilson. Thank you for
Just
Jay
breathe.
Wilson. I'm trying to breathe. Thank you for that because
Just breathe. Just breathe.
I have. Oh, oh,
Just
Jay
breathe,
Wilson.
Janice.
This done
I
took
know
me
because
out.
a lot going through. But
Yes,
breathe,
sir.
Janice. Just breathe.
Yes, sir.
Honey, you gotta
Yes,
breathe and
yes, sir.
you gotta because it's hurtful and I
Trying
understand and
to.
it's true.
Even
Yes,
mama did nothing to nobody, Jay Wilson. She
yes,
was such a good girl.
yes.
She was such a good girl. Well, you know, her bras cost a lot. She wore a L
Okay.
bra, you know.
Mhm.
her titties when she had my goddamn grandbabies. I said, don't you sit one of them cassava melons up on my babies. You go
Oh,
smother.
Lord.
Oh,
Yes.
I just want my grandbabies. I'm going to get my
Well,
grandbabies. And I,
get your grandbaby.
but I
Get your
also,
grandbaby.
I went the other avenue. I'm just going to rent a car.
Okay. Do what you
And
got to
then
do
when
is
I
best.
called
Now,
them,
are you going to be
no,
okay to
they didn't
drive?
have a car available. They didn't have a car available today, but they'll have a
Okay.
car available tomorrow, and it's quicker than my flight.
Okay. Okay. Are you going to get your
I
refund
just
back
want to
from
go
the
get my
flight?
grandbabies.
Okay.
Ma'am, sir, I'm sorry.
I said, no, that's okay, baby. You're going to get your
What
refund back
you
from the
say?
flight? I said, are you going to get your refund back from the flight?
Oh, I already did. I already did. I
Okay.
already did. I'm just gonna
All right.
drive.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
It's
Good. Well,
18 hours, but I don't mind.
yeah. Okay. But
And then I
Janice,
had got a
just,
Suburban and everything, so I could fit everybody in there. All I need, whatever I'll buy anything they need. Just come on. I'm going to get my grandkids
yes.
because I don't know the seriousness of this situation. You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying,
And fuck
Janice.
YouTube and put it on YouTube. I'm talking to Jay Wilson. You have
I
saved
got
my
you.
life a many days. And I ain't got
But
time to
Janice,
play with nobody on this month. Jay Wilson,
yes.
I'm going to get my
Janice,
grandbaby.
go get your grandbaby. Janice, don't worry about these people here. What's really important right now is that you get to rest and breathe. I know it may be hard because it's a serious situation, and I'm not taking it lightly, but
Let me
truly
tell you something.
breathe and
Let me
focus
tell you,
because you know you're gonna be on the road.
excuse
Go
me.
ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm from Jay Wilson. Please listen to me. I am steady ready. Do you hear me?
Uh,
See, God prepared me for this, and I didn't know that, but I thought it might have been my son.
uh-huh.
But my daughter,
Yeah.
what I'm going to do is getting my grandkids. I'm her beneficiary.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
going to get my grandbabies, and that's all I'm
All
going to
right.
do. I'm going to
All
bury
right.
my baby, and that's it, and I'm done.
Okay.
I don't have no conversation. I don't have no information. I don't have no understanding. I don't live there. I haven't been there in 20 years. Y'all still doing the same mess? Did you understand what I just said, Mr. Wilson?
Yes, Janice. Janice. So for the
One
most
thing
part,
y'all
though,
ain't gonna do
that is.
is don't fuck with the
But
kid.
Janice,
Don't fuck
take
with my
care.
kid.
I got you. But Janice, take care of yourself and do what you got to do for your grandbaby. Don't worry about
Listen to me,
nobody
Jay
else
Wilson.
but
I
your
hit your
grandma.
link and I know I'm listen to me, Jay Wilson. I hit your link and I'm on YouTube, so I'm wide open.
I
You
got
hear
you.
me?
I got you.
Everybody in my family know that I watch you. When I go home and cook for them and make chicken and dressing and chitlins and shit, I have you on the screen.
Okay.
I'm not playing with them. I have nothing
But
for
Janice,
them.
look, because I want you to. Now I heard you, but what I want you to do for me is I want you to get off this app and I want you to take care of your family, take care of yourself, and prepare yourself and be in prayer when you go down there. We're praying for you to have safe
Say it
travels
again.
down there. I said we're praying for you to have safe travels down there and to
Bob,
get back.
listen
And
to me. Listen to
yes,
me. My Bible done taught me to respect my family.
yes,
That's what I'm gonna do when I go home. You
and that's what.
understand me? It's
Yeah, but
morals,
I'm telling you,
values, and
I
respect.
tell you though, what we're gonna do though, what we're gonna do is pray with you as you travel down to be with your family. We're gonna pray for you when you're with your
Jay
family,
Wilson,
and
I'm
we're gonna
not
pray for
on
safe
your
travel.
channel. I know your prayers get higher than the cellar. I'm not over talking you. Thank you to everyone in the chat. I'm sorry for opening myself up like this, but if anybody dox me or anything, I will come and see them. My daughter didn't deserve that. She was a good girl. She was a nano nurse. She took care of babies that were sick.
Okay.
She just married the wrong person. You
Okay.
don't shit where you lay at.
Okay.
That ain't my issue. I'm going to get my grandbabies. I don't give a flying F fluke thing, dangle, nothing. I don't have
Okay.
the patience for it. I'ma pray with my family when I get home. They gonna be happy
Okay.
to see me. They ain't seen me in 20 years. Oh, and
Okay.
I got to come home and bury my baby. They know to sit down and
Yes.
have several seats.
I got you. Well,
I'm
Janice,
not
look,
that. I'm
look,
not
we
gonna be
gonna pray.
mean. Listen, I'm not gonna be mean. I ain't gonna be evil. I ain't gonna cuss or nothing when I get there. I'm going to get my grandbabies and
Okay.
bury my baby.
All right. Well,
That's all I'm
Janice,
doing.
we gonna pray with you. I'm gonna put you down because you need to focus right now. And the last place
Oh,
you want to be
I'm
is up here.
focused. I'm
But we gonna
focused.
pray. We gonna pray with you. All right. So
But
I
Jay
thank you for
Wilson,
letting
what
me
is a
know.
home invasion? What is a home invasion?
A home invasion is a robbery. Somebody comes into your home forcefully,
Well, they
not welcome.
handcuffed her. They handcuffed her to the tub. And
Okay.
you know, asked her where the money and all that shit. She's like, I don't know where the money is at. They have a
Okay.
$250,000 home. I ain't got no reason. I'm talking to you. I don't give a
Okay.
fuck about nobody and shit.
Okay. All right.
Help me to understand. My soul and my spirit hurt, Jay Wilson.
I understand.
And this is not what they want. I'm not going home with vengeance and hate or hurt in my
I
heart.
got you.
I'm
I
going
got
home
you.
to get my grandbabies.
I got you.
Cause
Go
one
get your
thing about
grandbaby.
it, I'm her beneficiary. Them kids come to me. It's school
Okay.
finna start. I'm not finna have them kids go through that mess. It's not fair to them.
I got you. Well, Janice, look, I'm gonna pray with you because I got some more stuff to go through. But I'm glad you shared this with us, and trust me, you are in my prayers. I'm gonna let my folk at church know to keep you lifted up. And Janice, go get rested. Get ready for your trip because you got a
I'm
long
very
trip.
rested. I'm very rested, Mr. J. Wilson.
Okay.
The
All
power,
right.
my prayers get higher than the ceiling. And then
Okay.
I'm gonna call out all the trumpets. You hear me?
Okay.
I'm gonna call
All
out
right.
old school people. Cause see, this
Okay.
is what I need. I'm not playing with anyone. This is not a drill.
I got you. I got you.
And I thank you
I got
kindly
you.
for letting me come up here. And like I said, when I was going through the worst in my life, you the one that you the first person that I ever pushed on YouTube. And you always had kind words. So I felt like I could come to you. They call you a pastor or a play pastor. No, your prayers get higher than the ceiling. Let me tell you something. My prayers go get higher than the ceiling too. Cause I'm not going home with that. You hear me?
Got you. Yes. Janice, thank you
Life
for
is
coming
too
up.
short.
Yes, it is. So I'm going to keep you in prayer. And and like I said, we'll pray for you before we close the show out.
Jay
And thank
Wilson,
you for
how I
coming
pulled
up
it
and
up so I
sharing.
can see the chat. I
Uh,
can't see. How do I put? I'm on the stream, y'all. How could I see
baby,
the chat?
baby, I don't know.
Thank
I
you,
know it's over
everyone.
here. Go ahead.
Thank you,
Go ahead and
everyone.
thank everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
All
Thank you,
right.
everyone. And I'm sorry. This is some real stuff, y'all. I ain't playing. This ain't no you. I don't have a channel. Jay Wilson was
Okay.
the first person that I ever came on the channel when I was homeless. And I live in a $350,000 house now. I listen to everything he say. Politically, coming up, all the advice he give out. Y'all better catch that. I'm not
Amen.
going home with hate and disdain in my heart, Jay Wilson.
Amen.
That's
Amen.
not my mama would be disappointed.
Yeah.
That's not how she raised us. Them are my brothers and sisters, even though it's 14 of us and they ain't shit. But I ain't going there for that. I'm going to get
Okay.
my grandbabies.
All right. Well, we're going to pray for you as you go get your grandbabies. And I'm going to pray with you before we leave on. I'm going to go ahead and continue on because I got a few things to go through. But thank you for
Okay, Jay,
sharing that at the top
how
of
I get
at the top. Go
how
ahead.
I get on the regular channel? Because I'm still on
What you,
stream. I see everybody in the chat, but what do I do? Go out and come back in?
yeah. So look. Check it out. Go on in and see what people are saying. And then I'm going to have
No,
you
I see
come
it.
back up for
I'm
prayer.
reading it. I see it.
Okay.
I'm
But,
reading
baby,
it right now.
I got you. So, Janice, I'm going to pray
I
with you, but
thank
I got to go on.
everybody from the bottom
All
of
right.
my heart. I thank everybody in the chat for. I thank y'all. I really do. I'm not a messy person, and I thank you, Jay Wilson. But I know the
All right.
power of prayer,
Yes.
and
All right.
not
So,
my
Janice,
look. This is too much for me,
I know.
and I'm
I
seeing
know.
you, Jay Wilson. So I gotta go
Yes.
out and come back in.
Yes. So, I'm going to put you down
Okay,
and
so
then
I go
come
out
on
and
back.
stream y'all, and then just go back in the chat.
Yes. I'm going to put you down. So, y'all, that was Janice. Y'all keep Janice in your prayer. She's going through a lot right now. And so keep her in your prayer. But we're going to go on and talk about a few things. That was really heavy for this morning. She's going through a lot. So please keep her family in prayer. One thing that really kind of threw up a red flag is, those people who know who they are. And I'm like, baby, because again, people want to get revenge, but then it causes the family more grief if somebody gets incarcerated or anything like that. So, let the law handle that. Um, and so pray for her as she says she's going to be driving down, and we're going to keep her in our prayers. Um, I know a lot of you all is like, well, Jay, she doing this and this. Look, when people are grieving, they're grieving. And there's a lot going on. We don't know what people are going through. So I really try to not pass judgment and reserve my thoughts. Um, and a lot of people are going through, so keep her in prayer. That's all I can say. Keep her in prayer. And let me move on with what I was going to talk about. It's just been a lot. So let me start off with audio pope or audio cassette player. Audio cassette player, it seems like, has caught a snag in the relationship with Lemon. And it seems like Lemon is always going to choose Lemon. And there are no friends on YouTube. So it seems like audio pulp cassette player has been tossed to the side. Now, he was supposed to be leaving 2 days ago, and they say he's really doing a lot. He has not left yet. And they said this is the longest announcement of leaving that we have seen in the beef sector history. Most people just, say I'm leaving in 10 days, 2 days rather, but it's been like 10 days for him. So the people are saying leave already. If you're gonna leave, just leave. You really don't have to announce leaving. You just don't have to show up no more. Then they done said that Audio Pope done struck this Heat's channel. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Y'all know she got that vindictive spirit. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how that plays out with all of this stuff. So you leaving and striking people pages and porn bombing people as you are leaving. Now I did hear Bertha May. And Bertha May said we have a lot of people living with mamas. I think Audio is living with his mama. I think Lemon is living with his mama. And now they say grown folk TV at the age of 60. Because I can't believe you 50 looking like that is living with his mama. Lord Jesus, keep me near the cross. There's a lot of mama living men in this sector. Well, You know what? They ain't even in this sector. Let me not even get them that. But so that's what I'm hearing. So it's a lot of things going on with that. A lot of things. So I'm just keeping people in prayer. I don't know if Grown Folks TV done lost the house. They said he living with his mama. They said his mama told him to shut up cussing a couple of days ago, Jesus. Oh my God. So he and Castro are fighting too. And grown folk fight with everybody. Is it me or is people fighting to be relevant? I think people are fighting people and coming at people to really be relevant. Ever since Tommy's page has been struck, maybe people have been struggling. And I think they are actually coming at people to be relevant. And it seems like they're hitting panels like somebody is selling a blockbuster movie. So I'm noticing that people are hitting panels and doing all of this stuff, trying to build their fledgling channels. And I'm not going to be a part of it. I'm not. People want you to argue with them. They want you to go back and forth with them. And the bricks are busted. And I'm not getting ready to argue with no busted brick. No. So I'm noticing this. I'm noticing this pattern. Yes, y'all keep Janice in your prayers. But I'm noticing this pattern. So, yeah. Yeah, nobody don't care about that. Nobody don't even care about that. But again, you know, when you don't have nothing, that's what you got to do. Showing these pictures, baby. And I don't even watch them. The only reason why I know half of this stuff is because you all are telling me this. Now, Tommy is in the chat. Tommy, baby. Now, Tommy. I thought you said that you have retired from YouTube for a little bit. You said that you was going to chill out. You ain't making no page. I ain't making no pages, Jay Wilson. Child, before the day end, Tommy had a page. Tommy, I saw your little introduction back into the sector. And baby, before you could drink a bit and put on your Timu outfit, they done struck your page again. My God, today they done struck your page again, Tommy. Oh my God. Now, Tommy, I'm going to drop my link, but I got a few things to say today. I was in, and I wanted to interrupt because Janice was going through a crisis, and I wanted her to be able to get what she wanted out, and she did. So give me a minute, Tommy. I am going to drop this link, but I got to get all of the news out first because the people came to hear the news. So I'm going to let you speak. I'm going to give you the link, but not right now because I ain't finished. Okay? So I see that. But let me get to the nitty gritty. Let's get down to the real nitty gritty. Yes. Baby, I heard Briine last night with Miss Douglas, and then I heard Briine before Miss Douglas. Ooh, Jesus. Then I went to go listen to Honest Row. And I went to go listen to Honest Row. And Briine, can I say this? Honest Row is correct in his assessment. Because some of the stuff that you said in your two videos, Honest Row said in his video before you even saw him. And I'm going to tell you this, Briine. Honest Row defended you because, honey, that Lady Dimples is a piece of nasty work. Let me tell you something. When I tell you Lady Dimples is a piece of nasty work, she is a piece of nasty work. Y'all, I'm not dropping the link down. Let me finish. I gotta finish the show. I gotta finish my show. I will drop the link down when I'm finished saying what I'm saying. I'm on my show, people. Don't be touching my money now. I'm on my show. So let me go ahead and finish this up. That lady Dimples is a piece of nasty work. So Ron was saying that Briine should be a godfather. There are a lot of things that he's gone through. He's had some traumatic situations, and he feels that Briine should be somebody's godfather first. He's in his mid-30s. You know, Ron was hitting some valid points. But honey, that lady Dimples was trying to say that Briine could touch the child. And immediately, Honest Rose said, no, Lady Dimples, I don't think that Briine is capable of doing that. Then Lady Dimples tried to double down by saying, well, you know, if it happened to them, it could happen to somebody. Lady Dimples, you are a piece of nasty work. You a piece of nasty work. And then when people really come at you and come, you know, I leave Lady Dimples in the hands of the Lord. I really do. One minute she wants to be cool with people, but then when you say stuff like this, and then when Briine snaps on you, then you got problems. But Lady Dimples, that was a piece of nasty work. That was a piece of nasty work. Janice, do what you got to do, Janice. I'm gonna drop the link before I'm gonna drop the link, but I gotta finish it. So, Lady Dimples, that was some nasty work. And I tell you, you don't want nobody putting no jacket on you for being transgender. But then you want to put a jacket on this man saying that he may even touch a child. Lady Dimples, really? I don't even think Briine is like that. Now, what I will say is Honest Rowe said that Briine would think he was being shady. But I do think that Honest Rowe hit some good points. After seeing Briine last night, dude, I really feel sorry for people who have grown up in fundamental, regimented religions that don't get delivered or let that really hinder them. Um, because Briine is gay, period. And Briine would have a problem with his child being trans or even probably gay. And then when you said that, Briine, let me say this. You are there to create a nurturing, supportive environment for your child. What your mama did may be all she knew. And you can't expect people to know what they don't know. And I think it's your due diligence to really nurture and support your child. And you don't lay hands on your children for them being different. And what you said was appalling because you're going to do exactly what your mama did to you. You said that your mom did things that made you feel a certain kind of way and stuff because of your sexuality. And who you love, Briine, does not have anything to do with your academic achievement. Who you love doesn't have anything to do with you being a productive citizen of society. Who you love doesn't have anything to do with your love for God. I am so sorry that you all are in these fundamental religions that are repressive, entrapping, and definitely not empowering. And for the mere fact that you said some of that stuff, I would be afraid to give you a child because you got to work on some stuff in your own life. Don't get me wrong. Each of us have a level of dysfunction. But your dysfunction and what you said, I'm like, oh no. And what Rose said wasn't really shade. What he said wasn't really shade. It was really, you need to consider this. One thing Rose did say too is that having a child is like a Walmart center, and maybe you need to settle for an Audi. I don't think Roe was really being judgmental. I just think Roe was giving his honest opinion of the situation. And we know that you're considering this, and it's not anything major. But Roe also said you want everything to fit in this perfect mold, and it's not always going to happen. And Roe didn't say anything about you derogatory. He just stuck to the subject of you and a child. That is it. Now that lady Dimples, honey, she was a piece of nasty work. And I was appalled. I'm like, really, Lady Dimples? But anyway, so Briine, I heard you. We are not going to agree on religion. I do not I do not take people's words for things. I research them myself because a lot of this stuff is control. And let me say this, Briine, you can get a child all you want to. If you gay, you know they're not going to accept you at Kingdom Hall. You know that those people are very homophobic. And they don't even think you should have a child. So I'm listening to you, and I'm like, no, absolutely not. I think a parent guides their kids. Yes, there has to be discipline, there has to be rules, there have to be parameters, but you know, that child is going to be who that child is going to be. Let me say this. I have a friend right now. I knew her daughter was a lesbian. And she had some issues because, again, she went to a fundamental church. And I said, your daughter is who she is. You need to treat your daughter like you would treat any of your kids. Sex education and all of that stuff, especially in her situation. And I'm going to tell you, we had that conversation. She thanked me for it because now her daughter is her son. Married, a graduate of a flagship university, worked at the White House, military, decorated. Accomplished. And she came to me and said, look, I would rather have a son that's alive than a daughter that's no longer with me. You have to make a decision and let people be who they were supposed to be and with purpose. You know, I grew up in fundamental churches. And maybe 12 years ago, 14 years ago, maybe my mindset would have been just like that. But baby, when you start really studying scripture and really what things really mean in context. People have used scriptures to twist things, to keep people under their thumb. I can't tell people how to believe because this is America. And if you want to believe in a chicken, you can. But, you know, don't put a child through your trauma. Don't put a child through your upbringing. Don't repeat the same cycle of abuse that happened to you when it comes to sexuality. Because if your son or daughter is going to be straight, they're going to be straight no matter what. If they're going to be gay, they're going to be gay no matter what. I just talked to somebody who was in the prison system and was brutally raped. He didn't know what was going on. And I mean, it happened a lot. It didn't happen just one time. He had to go through counseling. He's getting married. He's not homosexual. Unfortunately, he did homosexual acts to survive in prison. You know, this person is 18 and he's in a state penitentiary. He's a survivor. So that's what I'm saying about that. And you told me to go watch Roe, so I did watch Roe. I did watch Honest Roe. And Honest Roe didn't say anything derogatory. He would probably be saying the same thing that I'm saying right now. The only person who really said some derogatory things about you, well, tried to, was Lady Dimples. I couldn't believe that nasty word. And all I'm saying is get some therapy, get some counseling, work on you, because if you can't accept that child for who he, she, they, them are, then you don't need a child. Rose said, don't get a child because you need something to love. He said, don't get a child because you want somebody to take care of you when you old. Look at Grown Folk TV. Child, he got a child. He live with his mom. Baby, just because you have children, that don't mean they're going to take care of you. That don't mean they're going to take care of you. Now, you don't have kids yet. So really, this is in the future, but it's the homophobia and the transphobia for me. And I just find it appalling. And then your mindset that trans women are trying to take over. Do you not know trans women are a very small percentage of our population? And you follow that stupid rhetoric about the trans athletes. And I'm like, dude, that's a small percentage. And based on that, you are discriminating against a whole group of people. And then, now I will say, Roe did spill some of his business. Now, Roe, he gonna cuss you out about this. But then Roe said that Briine is a little upset with trans men because he was fooled. He was trying to talk to a dude. The dude was trans. I ain't know about that. But Roe said that. And isn't it ironic that men aren't complaining about trans men? Because there are trans men. And where as trans women can be seen as strong and being in athletic positions. Well, trans women could be seen as smarter, intelligent, more empathetic, and could be taking over CEO boardrooms. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Because again, the trans man that I know has a master's degree, worked for a very known senator, very accomplished, still in the military, you know. Probably didn't. Probably didn't, because a lot of trans men may or may not transition fully. Some do, some don't. But my thing is this: let people be who they want to be. Let people be who they want to be. Briine acts like he has a daughter running track, and it's a trans man or trans woman rather running track. I mean, I just think it is just a tool to gather up anger, stuff that ain't even happened to you, you know. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, I listened to you last night, and then and let me say this: I'm critical of all religions. I am, especially if it's organized. And yeah, especially if it's organized. And all I'm gonna say is, just make sure that you're ready for this. Your whole job as a parent is to help your kid develop to be the person they need to be, not them. Let me tell you, I knew I was chosen, and I knew I was special. I did. And I'll never forget when I was graduating from high school, my mom and dad thought they were going to control what I was going to do. I said, absolutely not. I said, I'm not going to that community college. And they said, yes, you are. I'm like, no, I'm not. And it's really funny, you all, because I really didn't have my mind made up where I was going in high school. So I went to the community college for a hot minute, got a scholarship and everything, and left and went right on to Miami. Ooh, they were burning mad. But they had access. They were too close, and I didn't like the school. And I went right on to Virginia. And I had to tell my parents that day, and it was the hardest thing. I'm surprised they didn't slap me down, because they old school too. But I told them, you are not going to live your life vicariously through mine. This is my life. If I make a mistake, it's mine. What you didn't do or did do in your life don't have nothing to do with me. I am going to live mine. I am going to Virginia. And I went right to Virginia and finished both degrees in Virginia. Now, I can't tell people what they believe and what they shouldn't believe, but because again, a lot of this stuff is it's it's generational, and it's a cycle. It's a cycle. And people can't give you what they don't have. And my thing is, if you can't question what you believe, then you might need to say, well, why do I believe? Because let me tell you something. It's a lot of stuff. And I have studied every last one of them. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. And my thing is, Briine, if you're going to be a true witness according to what they believe, then you're going to deny that part of yourself that's always going to be there. And you probably live unhappy. Because if it was up to them, you would be married, you would have kids, and that's what they would want you to do. And you don't want to do that. And I don't think you're wrong for that, because again, you are who you are. And you can't beat gay out of nobody. You can't beat nothing up because it's already there. It's already there. And people believe what they want to believe. But I'm going to say this. Don't bring no child into this. Because I heard you say a few things, and it threw up some red flags for me. Your child don't need your verbal abuse. And mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. And I do believe that these religions cause people to have mental instability. Not only the witnesses, but some of our Pentecostal churches are just abysmal. They don't recommend people to get counseling. Everything, God gonna heal it. God, no. He's able to do exceedingly above all you can ask, think, according to the power that works in you. And I am a man of faith, but there are some things that are about control. And I'm telling you, if you don't dress like we dress, then something wrong with you. Let me say this. I'm doing research right now because I believe that the more fundamental the church is, meaning the more strict the church is, the worse teen pregnancy rate and HIV they have. And guess what? My research is proving to be correct. The more fundamental the church is, the less academic achievement. Donald Trump ain't the only one who likes uneducated people. Now, I'm going to say this, and I know people are going to get mad at me. Ms. Douglas, you can address it. And let me say this. I have nothing personally against Miss Douglas or Briine. I don't. But I do have something against the Watchtower Society. And I'm going to tell you why. There's a guy named JT, critical thinking. JT was an elder at Kingdom Hall. He was an elder. JT rose all the way to the rank of being at Bethel in Brooklyn before Bethel moved to Warwick, New York. JT was disillusioned that when he got to Bethel, of the affairs and the drinking and all of that stuff that went on. JT also had an issue because the witnesses say everybody's brothers and sisters, black and white, but all of The governing elders are white. Everything at the tip top of the witnesses, the people who make the decision of what's going to be happening, the people who God speaks to, are all white. He also had a problem with one of the governing elders getting liquor. He went way out of town to get it, but he got caught. And JT had issues with this. He had a bigger issue when, and this really bothered me, people who have given their lives to Watchtower or the Jehovah's Witnesses at Bethel. They have served at Bethel. When COVID hit, and a little bit before COVID, the money wasn't coming in like it should. JT said that they laid off all of those people. And what bothered me the most was that they were not collecting FICA because Jehovah's Witnesses nonprofit, and pretty much these people were taken under the cover of ministry. And these people thought they were going to live their life and die serving the Lord at Bethel. They laid those people off. Those people did not have Social Security. They didn't have nothing. And the bad part about it is that most of them had disfellowship or just stopped talking to their children because they weren't part of the witnesses. So now you're making those people go back. It was and people were in disbelief. And I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. And JT was a high-ranking witness. He was an elder. And now he's saying that I could have gone to college, but I didn't do that because I know that Armageddon was going to happen, da da da. And and again, that I have a problem with Church of God in Christ. Even though I went to that church, it's cultish in its own way. Everything is based on what you give it. And anything, y'all, I'm just being real. So it's not only the witnesses for me. It's a lot of organizations that are just absolutely like, what in the world is going on? And so, even how folks raise children and stuff, and I'm like, no. And so it gets to be more than just the sexuality piece of it. But I had a chance to listen to Briine. And I had a chance to listen to Rose. And I don't think what Rose said was shady. I don't think what Rose said was wrong. And Rose said, I know Briine is not going to receive it because he thinks I'm trying to be shady. And Rose, I can see that. I think you said what you said. And I don't think you were being shady. I don't think you were. I just think you were being real about it. Oh, child. And then he told Angelica, oh, Honey Brown was coming for everybody, child. Brown said Angelica got him when he was in that hospital with blood clots. And he holds on to that stuff, baby. He holds on to those things. When I tell you somebody hold on to stuff, Brian be holding on to some stuff. You hear me? He be holding on to some stuff. Oh, yes, he does. And I'm like, well, okay. But baby, he was really he remembered that Angel that thing got in his spirit, Angelica. So baby, you said some words. He wasn't too doped up to know what you said, dear. I'm like, okay. He was kind of, but I listened to him, you all. And let me say this, I don't try to take anybody's religion away from them. But I'm like, if you can't critically examine your religion, if you can't critically examine your religion, then yeah, when you can't ask questions, when you can't do everything, gotta be pure faith, and I'm like, I have issues with that. I really have issues with those things, and they are my issues. But my thing is, I've just done research, and I'm just like, mm-mm. And like I said, JT is real. I like JT and his wife, Lady C. Hold on, y'all. So anyway, don't they have all gay churches now? um, you know what? It's really interesting because the gay churches are radically inclusive, and they may have gay membership, but that's it. But I go where I want to go. I go where I want to go. To be honest, y'all. Let me say this. I'm so particular about churches now. I went to a church just recently, and when I tell you it was good old fashioned church, it was good. Janice, I'm gonna put it down, baby. Give me time. It was good old fashioned church. But you know what bothered me? It was Women's Day. And when I tell you the women's choir sung, oh my God, everything was beautiful. But you know what they did? They put that woman on the side. She could not use the main lectern. They made her use the lectern on the other side. And when I tell you that lady preached, she preached. Oh, she preached. But they put her on the side. Everybody in pastoral leadership was a man. Now, they believe in tithing. And let me say this. I don't care about that. How you give your money is your business. That's a non-essential for me. How you give your money, don't make no big deal for me. But to treat women like second-class citizens, and the woman, when I tell you she was dynamic, when I tell you the church was great, but I'm like, and then I looked around, there were a few men, but the majority of the church was a woman. I mean, were women rather. And I'm like, wow. And my thing is, if a woman can preach, then they shouldn't be taking care of the church either. Let the men financially support the church. Because you are taking the money from these women, but relegating them to what they can do. they give most of the money. And I'm like, are you serious? And for that mere fact of repression of women, I'm like, uh-uh. So that's my thoughts. I'm gonna drop the link. Janice, come on briefly, baby, because I got a show. And then I saw Tommy. I'm dropping the link. If the woman is a distraction, then her money will be a distraction too. So don't take her money. I mean, taxation without representation is wrong anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You know, they ain't good enough to preach, but they good enough to pay tithes and offering. They ain't good enough to preach, but yet they supporting the whole church. And so that's my problem. So anyway, I've dropped the link. I know Tommy was in here. So let me say this. Honest Roll assessment wasn't shady. Honest Roll did not say anything derogatory about you. He just had some serious misgivings about you getting a child. Yeah. But God didn't call women to be pastors in the Bible or my Bible child by he said, I'll pour my spirit upon all flesh. Phoebe was a deaconess. She read it. Do you not know that women were in charge of a lot of New Testament churches because, especially Gentile women, Jewish women maybe not so much, but Gentile women, because their husbands owned the homes and they were disciples. So I don't know. That don't fly. That don't fly. Junia and Andronicus, they were in ministry, and Junia was in administrative leadership. So no. That's not correct. I grew up primitive Baptist, but that's not correct. See, this is the thing. I grew up primitive Baptist and in Church of God in Christ. So what? That don't mean they correct. And in context, baby, leadership is leadership. And if we're going to do that, then women shouldn't be working in the workplace. If we're going to do that, then let me give you an example of what happened. Janice, hold on, baby, because I got to say this. Let me tell y'all what happened. There was a preacher in my town, and they had this thing called Brotherhood. And Brotherhood was where all of the large churches came together and worshiped on the fifth Sunday. Well, in the AME church, they have women as pastors as well. Because this woman had taken the pastorship of this AME church, and mind you, the AME church started the Brotherhood. First of all, the name is problematic. It should be called Fellowship because the Brotherhood excludes children, it excludes women, it's only the men. It's only the men. So I had a problem with that right there. But they were going to pull out a Brotherhood because a woman was the pastor of an AME church. And they did not want to fellowship with this church because the woman was a pastor. I mean, the woman was the pastor of the church. So this pastor was a friend of mine. We started talking about it. And so I turned it around. I said, isn't your wife the vice president of library services at the college? He said, yes. I said, well, isn't she over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 campuses? So she's over the director of each library on campus. So she is the chief, kahuna of the library. He said, yes. I said, well, aren't there male librarians who are directors? And I said, and doesn't your wife hire and fire them? He said, yes. So I said, well, she's usurping her authority. A woman shouldn't be usurping an authority over a man. Who does she think she is? Firing and hiring men. I said, so is she gonna quit her job? And he said, no. I said, so why should this lady have to quit hers? Because if we're gonna do that, women shouldn't be working. You should be providing for your woman. Because I mean, if we gonna be like that, then let's go ahead and do it all the way. But because your wife makes $285,000 a year, you justify that. Your wife can be a vice president, but this woman can't be no pastor. Bye. You know, I mean, but see, this is what I'm saying. And this is how people have oppressed black folk, women, gay people. I mean, because they take this stuff out of context. Even with that. And like I said, I ain't trying to prove nothing to nobody. Especially when people really haven't looked at the context in the etymology of words in the scripture. No. What they saying that's not me. What they doing right there, that ain't me. That ain't me. But that's what people do. So that's where I am with that. Let me let Janice up. Janice, what's going on?
Mr. J. Wilson. Mr. J. Wilson.
Yes, Janice, what's going on?
Hello?
Janice, I hear you well.
Hello?
What's going on? Janice, I can hear you.
Okay,
What's going
I
on?
tell you thank you. I tell you thank you for your platform. I told you my family know that I watch you. My nephew finna come get me. He 2 hours away. He was like,
Okay.
Auntie, I'm in Wisconsin. I'm gonna come and get you. Don't rent no car. I'll come and get you.
Okay.
See how your prayer got higher than that ceiling?
Awesome. Awesome.
I really
Awesome.
thank you for that, and I just want to tell you thank you because you are help, not hurt. And I thank you for allowing me to come up on your platform. And everybody in my family know that I watch you. I didn't know they were subscribed to you. I done got like 5 phone calls. But he in Wisconsin. He on his way. He said, I'm 2 hours away, ain't he? You don't got to rent no car. I'll take you home. Hello? Mr. J. Wilson.
Yeah, I'm back. I had to go out because I just got off my Bluetooth in the car, so I had to
Oh,
just
I'm sorry.
just
I'm
hang
sorry.
out. Yeah, so I'm just
Oh, I
glad that this
apologize.
worked out for you.
Yeah, and I appreciate you. My family know that I watch you all the time. I didn't know they also was subscribed.
Mm,
I got like 5 phone calls, Mr. J. Wilson.
awesome,
Yeah, my
awesome.
nephew was like, I'm in Wisconsin. I'll come get you. Don't rent no cars or nothing. We'll get you there. So I just want
Okay,
to tell you thank you for being
good,
helped and not hurt. And I
good,
don't care what
good.
nobody say about you. You are an amazing man and you are helped and not hurt. If they don't know that about you by now, they need to put their own face in their ass.
Well, look, everybody has an opinion,
Well, not
Janice, and I understand that. And you know what, Janice, I'm not here to prove anything.
no,
It
no,
is what
you're
it is.
never proven. You are a good guy, Jay Wilson. You are amazing. Your platform is a platform of fairness. I didn't know that my family could they were subscribed to your shit. They just heard what I said.
Well, I'm glad they did,
Yeah,
and
and
so my thing
I
is,
appreciate you forever. You know, like I said, you are an amazing guy. You are a help, not hurt. Anybody that don't know that, they is the stupidest people in America.
well, let them do what they got to do, Janice. But look, I'm glad that you are going to be able to get to where you're going to get. And
Yeah,
again, we're going to be keeping your family in prayer for sure.
and I really appreciate you, Jay Wilson. Thank
Thank
you
you for
for
letting me
allowing
know
me
about
to
that.
get up on your platform and venting. And you know, I ain't trying to put my business out there with the evil ass people in your chat. because they got a problem. They need to pray on themselves. We just go give them to God and let it go.
That's correct.
And just wanted to tell you thank you.
Thank you. So be safe, and we'll be keeping you in prayer and keep me informed.
I will.
All right.
Can you put your email in the chat so I can send you mine, and that way I can let you know what's going on when I get home?
Yes, I just put it in.
Thank you very much, Mr. J. Wilson.
All right. You take care and you be blessed.
And you also.
All right. Well, I'm just glad that Janice, is okay and that somebody heard. And so I'm very happy because of that. Let me say this, Ms. Douglas, I ain't putting nobody down. But yeah, hey, everybody can believe what they want. This is America. But I just want people to really be thinking when they're adopting children or doing all that. That's some serious stuff. And I do think that you have to make sure that you are okay mentally and that you handle any childhood traumas. And yeah, even your religion. Let me say this, you all. I left the first church that the church that I was brought up in. They would make a pregnant girl apologize to the church for getting pregnant. And that baffled me because even as children, we knew that, well, why is she apologizing to the church? Did she do something to the church? And why isn't the man who got her pregnant apologizing? Where is he? And what it did was make people feel superior. And it was guilt and shame on her part. And the thing that really bothered me is the churches weren't even teaching sex education. And I'm talking about correct sex education. Jay, that happened to me in front of everybody. See, y'all, look, I went to a church and all of the kids know what their parents say, don't do it because it's a sin. Baby, you better tell your kids more than that. And this is the thing. Half of y'all wasn't even virgins when y'all got married. And if you would have taught your kids about sex education properly and say that, you really want to love somebody or da-da-da-da. However, if you're going to have sex, there are diseases out there and they're da-da-da-da-da. I'm not saying go let the child hunch in the house. Oh my God, no. But baby, they better know how to get some condoms and some birth control pills. Because again, my research is saying the more fundamental the church is, the higher rate of pregnancy and STIs and diseases. And that's saying a lot. So obviously your abstinence talk is not working. And this is the thing. Had they talked to the girl, maybe she wouldn't, maybe the church needed to apologize to her for not teaching her and helping her parents to talk to the baby. That's what look. You see where I'm going with this? Why is she apologizing to the church? The man ain't there. And the church ain't taking care of nothing. But the church failed because, again, they ain't telling the children right. And I saw that kind of stuff. I saw deacons dating people and they were married. Let me tell y'all something. It's a deacon right now. And it was so bad, y'all. Oh, I used to feel sorry for this lady because she used to come and tell my mama. And my mama would pray for her and talk about her. But her husband was a deacon in the church, having an affair. And the woman would bother the lady in the church to the point where the lady went to another church. And that man is still a deacon. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So again, this is why I say, baby, you better know scripture for yourself. And I'm not talking about just reading it and saying, oh, this is what I think. No, really deep diving and doing a critical study with etymology, history, word usage. What Paul wrote in Romans is not for the Corinthians, because at the end of the day, they are letters to those individual churches. But people don't know. Even in Revelation, do you not know that they thought that was the end time when John wrote that? Do you not know the mark of the beast was actually a mark? Because at that time, that everybody, because it was a Roman society, and at that time, every guild had a patron god. The Jewish people were exempt from having to do that. Christianity was a part of the Jewish sect, but they kicked the Christians out. So therefore, Christians were not exempt as Jews. And if you were a carpenter, somebody who worked in the dyes, or you had a patron god, and if you didn't have a mark to say that you've been to that temple, you could lose your job. That was the mark of that beast at that time. But if you don't know that, child, again, now, I'm not saying that Revelations is not about the future, but a lot of stuff in Revelations about those people's time at that time, because they were truly being persecuted. They were truly being slaughtered. But if you don't know that, and see, this is why I don't argue with people. This is why I don't go through all of that junk with people, because people don't even know that. And this is some of the problem. So again, Honest Rose's assessment wasn't shady at all. His assessment wasn't shady. His assessment was not shady. Let me say that. I think it was an honest assessment in his opinion. Now, Lady Dimples, I'm serious. That was a nasty piece of work. And Roe came in and said, no, Lady Dimples, I don't think Briine would do that to a child. I don't think now, because again, Roe had to come in and correct Dimples, because Dimples was trying to go somewhere else with this. And he had to scale it on back. Because honey, Lady Dimples was a piece of nasty work. But I think Roe was giving his honest assessment. Briine may not agree with some of the stuff, but I think it was a honest assessment. I didn't hear any derogatory stuff or no, but it was interesting. It was interesting. It's always called shady when you don't want to hear it. I just think he made some points. You're at an age now where you're getting older. And then you need to get counseling so you don't bring what you have or how, some baggage in your life onto this child. I cringe when Briine was talking about the transgender and the gay stuff. I'm like, oh man. You can't control what that child gonna be. Baby, I didn't even hear what Castudder said. I really didn't hear Castudder. I just know Castudder want to fight with everybody. I didn't hear it. What did Castudder say, Bonky? No, you can't. If that was the case, then your mama would have beat the gay out of you. You still gay. You see what I'm saying? You still gay. You went to a therapist and a psychologist. You still gay. Obviously, your mama couldn't control what because you still came out gay. All that does is confuse the child, makes them psychologically damaged. You're supposed to support the child, help that child, talk that child through. Oh, yeah, okay, that's terrible. Well, that's how they think. That's how they think. It's nasty. Yeah, that's how they think. But Briine, if your mama could control you, you would be straight. You would be married by now. Obviously, she couldn't because you still gay. You still like men. Have that changed? And I'm just asking the question. Because obviously, after all of that stuff, you still gay. You still gay. And my thing is, I heard you talking about whooping the child. I'm like, are you crazy? You're not going to beat the gay out of your child. And at the end of the day, that child is going to be what that child is going to be. And again, I have a friend whose daughter is trans. Well, he's a man now. Very healthy, very balanced. I'm glad she didn't beat him. And Rose said you have an issue with trans men because he said you was fooled by one. I don't know nothing about that, but that's what Rose said. So you done ran up on a trans man and found out that, child. That's what Rose said. I told Rose you was going to get cussed out by that. Now, I told Rose did spill that to you. I'm like, oh, Jesus. But this is what I'm saying. People can't give you what they don't have. And a lot of this stuff is cycle. It's learned behavior. And it's just, and I'm being real about this. And then it goes to show you about that self-hatred. You know what I'm saying? You know you gay. And then I heard you talk about AIDS and stuff. And I'm like, are you serious? So I guess breast cancer is because women got titties. And they a woman. It just don't make any sense. You act like straight people don't sin. I mean, syphilis, gonorrhea, that was straight people stuff. Okay? I mean, but I'm listening to you, and it's like, it's the self-hatred deep down within. And you have been gay. And then all of a sudden, you gonna turn straight. And the only vagina you ever seen was when you was birthed. And now all of a sudden, you gonna, child, it's unfortunate. And I just think it's sad. To be honest, I don't even argue about that stuff, Angelica. It's sad. Baby, Angelica, he came for you, honey. Now, Angelica, he said you got him because he was on that medicine and he was in the hospital. But, baby, Angelica, baby, he held on to that. Girl, I thought we had passed that chapter, child. He brought that up again. Honey, Briine's last two videos were something. And after I looked, okay. So after I listened to his video, I went over there to listen to Ro. And you just proved to Ro what Ro was saying. I'm being real. What you said only proved Ro's point. Honey, Angelica, child, red down. But baby, he pissed about that. Oh, Angelica, he ain't forgot about that, girl. He ain't forgot about that. Now he act all cheery with you, like, yeah, you got me, Angelica, but baby, he's seething under the surface. And this is why people, I'll be, and again, that child is not going to do what you want. And so what you going to do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, oh, geez, it's just so much. It's so much to unpack. And this is the sad stuff that happens in our community, because we keep on passing this stuff down, generation. And when is it going to stop? And I don't have a problem with Briine. I just some of this thinking, it's like, damn. So what do y'all think? And like I said, a lot of this stuff is religion. A lot of this stuff is mental health issues and traumatic childhood trauma. It's a lot of stuff. And I ain't mad at Briine. But it's to be expected. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All I'm going to say this, you all, it's sad, and it's a lot of self-hatred. It's a lot of homophobic tendencies. My oldest son is gay. I accept him. I never want him to feel unloved by me. That's the whole thing. You love your child. You love your child for who your child is. And my thing is this. Let me say this, you all. It was a man who we sung karaoke, and his son is gay. And he didn't know how to handle it. So he came to talk to me. And I said, you need to be concerned about your son, just like you're concerned about your daughter. You need to tell your son, about relationships. You want the best for your son. You want to keep your son away from predators. You want to make sure your son is informed about sex education. And you want to support him to be intelligent, thoughtful, the best that he can be. Well, because he loves somebody of the same gender, that don't mean he throw away. And that's what we say. That's what we say. And it's sad. So do you think Audio Pope will bend knee to this heat? Honey, all I know is that's getting ready to be World War III rather. With that. That's gonna be a mess with Audio Pope and this heat, because he struck her channel. And she don't play that. So all I'm saying to you all is that love your kids. Maybe Briine would have been a different person had his mom just said, you know what, you my son and I'm going to love you. I don't understand this, but I'm going to love you because you're mine. Yeah, that's going to be deep with Audio Pope and this heat, but that's interesting. So y'all, those are my thoughts about that. And I know a lot of people may not agree. I know a lot of stuff is going to go on, but I mean, that's how I feel about it. Well, first of all, Briine, you got to get a house first and you got to get a child. But for the mere fact that you've already put that in your mind, it's saying it's very problematic. And maybe you don't need a child, because at the end of the day, if that child, what if you get a trans child? And this is what y'all better be careful for, because those things that you fear, sometimes you get. Those things that you most want to avoid, they come to pass. And my thing is, you need to get to know your child and why your child is feeling this way. And you know, so first of all, why do you feel this way? Let me tell you something. Black people don't talk to their children. And when those children get grown, they have nothing to talk about with their parents, because Black folk don't communicate. This is why a lot of our children get abused, because they're too afraid to talk to their parents. And Briine, it seems like that's what you're doing. Instead of sitting down with your child and trying to find out where these feelings are coming from, are you emulating someone, or but you will do that. I don't want kids. You the one who feel like you have a need to keep your name going. I don't want kids. I already have a stepson, so I don't want kids. And I got that house for my family, and when people come, they'll have a place to stay. I know better than verbally abusing and making a child feel less than. I know that communication is important. Yeah, kids are actually unaliving themselves. But that's that fundamental stuff. It's the stuff again. And that's sad, Briine. That is sad. You sit down and you talk to your child. You find out what's going on with your child. What's going on? What's happening? Y'all don't communicate. Always want to beat a child. Always want to ridicule a child. And it's not about that. Let me tell you something. My sister had kids, and she didn't have to put her hands on one of them. Well, I know it's my opinion. It's my show. But this is why you shouldn't have a child. Because you even said that Rico hit the dog, and I'm like, oh, okay. So that's why you shouldn't have a child. And y'all don't communicate. It's not biased. It's not biased at all. Me telling you you need to communicate with your child and have a dialogue with your child is biased? No, that seems like it's wisdom. But that's sad, because maybe you didn't get that. Did your mama talk to you about being gay? Did she sit down and find out what was going on? Because even though that situation happened, if you really weren't gay, you would be married right now. I know a lot of people who've been violated and ain't gay. I just told them the story. I know somebody who was brutally used in prison, but they ain't gay. I'm just saying. So did she sit down and have a conversation with you? Or did she just beat your ass and call you by your name and pick on you and made you feel less than? Because you could be emulating something that she did to you, and you feel like that's right, and you're going to put it on other people. I'm just saying. Did she talk to you? Did she have a conversation with you? Because you telling me that sitting down to find out where your child really is biased? That don't make no sense. It don't make no sense at all. And all I'm saying is some of the stuff you said, Ro was spot on. And I hate to say, Ro was spot on. Now, I will say Ro defended you when Lady Dimples tried to act like you were some type of predator. I was very surprised. I'm like, ooh, that's a piece of nasty work. And Rose said, no, I don't think Briine would ever do that. No. And Rose stood firm with that. And let me say this. I know parents right now who are the parents and their kids respect them and they do what they need to do. So it's not all about him. Yeah, she said that. I mean, she typed it and Ro was like, no, I don't think Briine would do that and everything. And then she tried to say, well, you know, people who done did and had it done to them are more predisposed than Briine. And I'm serious. Ro stood up for you. Because, honey, Miss Dimples was a piece of nasty work. I was appalled. And Ro stood up for you. And like I said, Ro was not shading you. Ro was not doing anything but giving his opinion of what Ro said. Briine is trying to get a super Walmart and he need to be a CVS right now. I'm like, you right, Ro. Yes, right. That's right, Nicole. That's right. But my thing is, Ro didn't say anything. Ro didn't say anything nasty. Ro just gave his opinion that maybe you need to be a godfather first. He even said, well, he's not getting a family now. He's saying he's waiting. I mean, Ro gave his opinion about getting the counseling before, making sure that you're not using the child to take care of you or as a crutch to have somebody. And Ro was making sense. Ro was making perfect sense. I mean, I listened to it. And he had to straighten Dimples out when Dimples tried to bring that piece up. And Ro immediately, without hesitation, said, nope, I don't think Briine would do that. And Ro stood firm. Ro stood firm. And I'm glad this came up. I'm glad this came up because people need to know that children are serious business. Not only do you have to make sure their well-being, that they have shelter, food, but then you got to make sure that they're mentally nourished and taken care of. Then you got to make sure that they're educationally taken care of. So when they cutting up at school, you going to have to take off of work. Or if they sick, you might have to take off of work. And my thing is, when you have them, you can't give them back. Well, it wouldn't look good. Now, I will say this. They said that if you couldn't handle it, you would probably get a child back. Now, I'm like, okay, I don't know. You know, I mean, children are the diaper changing, the sickness when they're small, you can't go nowhere hardly. Then when they get smaller, when they get larger, let me say, baby, they're going to be growing out of them clothes. You got to have lunch money. You got to make sure they're insured. You got to make sure their teeth get clean. This is kindergarten through 6th grade. They want to participate in activities. You got to pay for that trombone or that saxophone or that piano lesson, whatever they're going to do. If they want to play basketball or run track, you got to pay for it. They're going to be going on field trips. And when they get in high school, they're going to get sassy, and they're going to say something, baby. And also, too, everybody don't want kids. I want to travel. I'm good. But don't have kids for selfish reasons. That's all I'm saying, child. Because everybody is different. Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
so first of all, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Second of all, so you're saying that people, I know I have a neighbor that got 2 kids right now. So you ain't got to have no house to have no kids. See, I don't know what I walked into this morning. I was up late with Miss Douglas last night, and I
We know,
just,
we heard.
well, listen. I just used the restroom. I didn't know what was going on. But Jay Wilson, your opinion is your opinion. I don't know what you were saying. Maybe I could have to go back and watch it. I don't know. But it is what it is. I got to go brush my teeth. And I wanted to tell you, have your opinions.
I will. And that's what
I,
we do.
it,
And
it
I'm
is
just
what it
telling you,
is.
Ro, hold on. You told me out of your mouth to
Mm.
go watch Ro. So I did. And
I didn't
Ro,
watch it.
huh?
I didn't watch that video.
But I did. Because you said go watch. I did. So I followed your advice and I did. And Ro brought up some valid points. Ro didn't say anything derogatory. He didn't take your name out of context. He gave reason. And he said, well, you know, if you have a kid, you got to consider this. He had his opinion. And he defended you when Lady Dimples said something that was so like, I can't believe she just said that. I
Yeah,
mean, I can't believe that she just, you know, and Ro
that's what
said,
I
no,
came up
Briine
to
would
say.
never do that. Briine is not that type of person.
That's
Ooh,
what I
that was a
came up.
piece of nasty work. Ooh, she's a piece of nasty work. Okay, I'm done. Go
Hold
ahead.
up, Pastor. I came up here to say, what did she say? Because anybody who squats down at a glory hole can't tell me nothing about doing stuff when she let people do that to her mouth every night in different states and different cities when she travel. Okay, per her mouth. So she can't tell me anything about no children when her own grandparents was incestuous and you know what I'm saying, slept within the family. And that comes from her mouth per Brianna's channel. So Dimples can't. Pastor, let me go brush my teeth. I'm gonna put the phone on mute. My mouth is dry, and
Mm-hmm.
I really do need to brush my teeth.
Go ahead and brush your teeth. Go
Give me
brush your
one
teeth.
moment because I wanted to address you. You said something about beating my child. You're absolutely right. I ain't say beat my child. But I'm gonna pass my child some licks if you coming home talking about you gonna put on a goddamn dress. You ain't putting
Brian,
on
look how
shit.
you talking, but you don't talk to your child.
No, you
That's
can't
the
tell me
thing.
how to
That's
talk
the
to my
thing. Why
child.
you gonna hit your child
I'll be
and
right
because they
back.
want to do that instead
I'll
of
be
having
right
a
back. But you can't tell me. I don't tell you how to discipline your dog. You don't
that's
tell
that's
the next
Brian. Go
person.
ahead and brush your teeth.
Hold
Go
up,
brush your teeth.
just hold up, Jay
Go brush
Wilson,
your teeth
please.
because you said your
Hold
mouth dry. Go brush your teeth.
hold up right quick. You don't tell people how to raise their children. People are allowed. I'm not saying beat my child, but I'm gonna pop my child if my child do something wrong. You best believe you're gonna get
Well,
disciplined.
my thing is
And
this,
so
Brian.
you're not
I
even letting
look,
me
look, look.
finish.
I hear what you're saying,
Look.
but my thing is this. That's the problem. Black
Mm.
folk have done that for years. We don't communicate with our children, and then when we get old and they don't come around no more, or they don't respond to us, then we wonder why. Because we really never knew who they don't know who we are, and we don't know who they really are because we really never communicate. And the first thing we want to do is hit instead of trying to find out. It's one thing when a child is out of line, but to just hit and not find out and get to the reason and have a teachable moment. We want to slap, we want to hit, and
Yeah, I'm
then they
passing my
resent.
child some licks.
They
You're
resent us.
absolutely right.
So my thing is this.
I'm popping my motherfucking child because you're not going to be part of this world. You're
So
not going to
so
go.
when you was
Hold
gay,
up,
did
Pastor.
your
Hold
mama
up.
talk to you? Did she
Hold up. Oh,
talk to
yes, my
you?
mother did talk to me.
And
Why
what
you
did she
keep
say?
bringing her up?
And
Hold
what did
up.
she
Let me.
say?
Okay. Well, first of all, let me respond. Okay. Yes, my mama did pop me. She surely did. Okay, and that's why I'm not no serial iller, and that's why
Well, I'm not
I'm not
talking about
these
the
things.
serial. There are a lot of people who haven't popped their kids and they're not serial killers. See, Brian, that argument don't hold water because I know people who child done
I'm not
got
even
beat.
talking.
And I know people who have gotten beaten and they're in prison right now. So your argument doesn't hold water.
My
I know
argument
people who
holds
have never
water for
touched their
me.
kid and they ain't never been to jail. So what are you saying?
My argument holds water for me because there are a lot. I'm not saying every single child in the world. I'm saying there are some parents who don't teach their kids nothing, and they go into this world out of control, and that's why you get some of the results that you
Okay,
get.
but some people communicate with their kids and they do a good job raising their kids because they feel like, you know what? A pop on the hand is extreme circumstances. It's
Mm,
not something regular. So my
mm.
thing is, if your child is dealing with sexuality, you mean to tell me you ain't gonna sit down and try to find out why? And then you mean
I
you just
never
gonna go
said
straight to
that.
popping?
I never said that, but you're not
Because
coming
I
in my.
heard you talk
Uh,
about
uh,
transgender child, and baby, you was not cute. It wasn't cute
I
at
don't give a
all.
fuck. I don't
Okay,
care.
we
That's
know you
my
don't, and
opinion.
that's why.
You can't
I'm like
judge me for
questioning
my
should you have a
opinion.
child.
I don't care what they say. You can't judge them. They got kids. They got people who have kids and don't even take care of them. Don't teach them shit.
But
And
we're
they
not
let
talking
the
about those people. We're
okay.
talking about people who
You
communicate
just
with their
looped me with the
children.
rest of the world. You just looped me. So why we can't talk about the other people that do the
No,
same
we
thing?
talking
Jay
about
Wilson,
you because see, I'm not worried
oh
about
my
other
God,
people. Other people
it's
ain't
too
thinking about
early.
getting children. You thinking about getting a child, and that's the thing. And you brought it on, and people
Who's
are
to say
questioning it. Are you really
who?
ready for one?
Jay Wilson, not right now. Maybe I just told you in my 40s. I told you that's what I wanted. I
Okay.
gave myself a
Well, I
time
hope you
limit.
have patience then, because the older you get, boy, I tell you.
I don't care. Well, tell that to Janet Jackson and all them other people. All them
Mm-hmm.
people. Tell that to
But I
On-Site
guarantee you, Janet
April.
Jackson ain't slapping her kids. She
I don't give a
probably have
fuck what
nanny.
Janet Jackson. And Janet Jackson grew up Jehovah Witness too as well.
That's
But
great.
okay, so why you didn't tell On-Site April that when she was pregnant in her 50s? Why you didn't tell her ass that?
But she said she
Okay,
wasn't
so
popping no kids though.
I
And
don't
if
give
she
a
got a
fuck.
gay
I'm
son
popping
or a
my
gay
goddamn
daughter, if
children.
she got a
Why
gay
is you
daughter, she
focused on
didn't say
that?
she was
Why is
gonna
you
do that.
focused on that?
But that's what
They
you
getting
focused on when
popped.
you were talking last night. But that's what you said last
Shit.
night. So I'm only telling you what you said last night. I don't know why you're getting so upset. But
Well,
my thing
because
is
you're
that's
so
what you said last
judgmental,
night.
girl. Get back. You are so judge fucking mental, my
Well, I'm
God.
just saying what you said last night.
And it's like
All I'm saying is,
you can't
Brian, in this day and age, you better learn how to
judge.
communicate with people. And that's a problem that you have. I mean, even in your relationships.
What's the problem that I have since you know
No, it seems
everything?
like you don't
What's
communicate.
the
I
problem that
looked
I
at that
have?
text message and you was very short with that man. And I'm like, boy, if you can be short with your lover, then Lord knows if you have a child.
I was
If you very short with people
oh
and
my
then
God,
you
I'm gonna
go
have a
deep and then I
beautiful
don't
day. The
want you to
sun
be
is
cussing the little
out.
child out like you be cussing people out. And it seems like you got a problem with Angelica because she told you off when
Girl,
you
I'm
was
like,
sick.
girl, fuck
And then you
Angelica.
brought
I don't
her
give
up.
a
I'm
fuck
like,
about
oh,
that bitch.
he
Fuck
bringing
her.
everything
I
up.
don't give a fuck about her. And I meant what I
And so
said
Kim
about that
said
bitch.
you can't
Fuck
compare
her.
yourself to Janet Jackson. She's rich and have many resources. Probably doesn't even raise that baby every day. Okay, that was Shakim.
I don't fuck him too. I don't give a fuck about him either. Shit. Okay.
Does Brian understand that adoption agency do thorough background checks and that these views he expressed may come up?
So why don't they do background checks when the people be starving their kids and the people be going to jail and be on TV with like 8 children and the kids are starved and can't live and shit? Like, I mean, shouldn't they do a better background
It's
check? You think?
unfortunate that children
Uh,
protective services are
mm,
overwhelmed, and it's sad that they try
mm,
to keep people with their parents as much as possible. But that's
mm,
sad, and that's life. That's life. And again, that shows that people are not responsible for their kids. And that shows that a lot of parents don't communicate with their children and they resort to abuse before sitting down and really talking to their children. I'm
mm,
just saying.
mm. You might be right. You
I'm just
might be
saying.
right. Yeah, you might be right. But Jay Wilson, I don't tell you how to raise lyric. And I really do.
Lyric is raised very well. We speak
Let me
to
finish
her
my sentence,
and she
please.
goes to Petco. And
Oh
Lyric
my
is a
God.
dog and not a child.
Mm,
She's a
mm,
dog. She's
mm.
a dog. Trust that. She's a dog, not a child. But I
Well,
tell
like I
you what,
said, J
even
Pal,
as a dog, I just don't leave Lyric when I'm going on vacation. She got to go with somebody.
mm.
I'm just saying.
Well, you're absolutely right. I'm not gonna have a house. I'm gonna have a double wide, and my
Mm.
child is gonna have, and like I said, 2 to 3 years is my goal for me to really let go of a lot of things, a whole bunch of things in my life, so that I can prepare myself to have a child.
So how you gonna prepare? Are you talking to a therapist?
Whether it's adoption, because I figured if Sean Bradley and James can be foster parents, that's what I figured. But I mean, if they can be
And
foster
even with
parents,
that, and you laughing, but again, yeah. But again, that takes some time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to
yeah.
take classes and get certified. I understand that.
And you
But
need to go see a therapist to make sure you are psychologically ready for this. So some things that have bled in your life don't bleed into that child's life.
Well, you're right. Well, Jeb Wilson, I want you to have a good morning, and I respect your opinion. I'm gonna have to go back and watch your beginning of your video.
All I'm saying in my video is that Rose said nothing derogatory. I watched it. Ro did say that Briine probably won't receive it because he think everything that come out my mouth is shade. But Ro brought up some good points. The only person who I cringed at was Lady Dimples because she tried to allude that you would be a child predator. And Ro immediately said, nope, not Briine. I don't think so. That's not him. So Ro immediately came to your defense in that.
What
Because,
would
baby,
give
that
her
was some
the
nasty
inkling?
word. Huh?
What would see? I need to go back and watch that video too. What would possess that cross-figured freak to talk about me like that when I I wouldn't even trust a puppy in her possession. She she seemed like she watched that type of pornography.
I
Dogs
don't
and
know.
that's
Sheffy
what
said ever since Briine lost weight in his neck, he's been acting different. Oh, Jesus.
says the heavy titty bitch. Girl, shut up, girl, whatever. Not this morning, love. Maybe tomorrow, but not this morning. I'm talking about something else. And I have to go to the bank because I had to cancel. It's just a bunch of stuff that I have to do this morning, and I'm just not
So why
interested
do you
in
feel
shit.
some kind of way with Angelica? Because you did mention
Oh my
Angelica a
God.
lot.
Is she gonna hit the link or not, Pastor? If
I don't
not,
know. It
I don't
seems like
care
you
about
want to
that
get your
woman. I
lip
don't
back.
care
I thought
about
you was
her.
good with Angelica. Now you got problems with Angelica?
I don't care about that motherfucking woman.
Oh, Lord. Now she was cool. Now oh, child.
Listen, she can hit the link and we can have us a conversation. Let me go brush my teeth so y'all can hear me very well. I ain't in a hospital today, baby. I'm not, and I think I woke up a little amped up today. I ain't in no hospital like the last time with a dry mouth. Oh no.
Angelica said he ain't brushed his teeth, so we getting dragged with his funky breath.
Bitch, because I'm still in my bed, ho. Bitch, why don't you hit the link and come tell me, ho? I'm
Angelica
still in my
said some of
motherfucking
us
bed.
were. Somebody
Okay,
said brush your nasty
well,
teeth.
bitch, go
Oh,
back to work
Jesus.
then, bitch. Go back to work and shut up talking to me. He bringing you up, bitch. I'll catch you on the lunch break,
No, you
bitch.
brought her up. You brought her up on your
No,
show.
nigga, you brought her up this
No,
morning. I
you
wasn't worried
brought her
about
up
that
on your
bitch
show.
unless she was
I'm
gonna hit the
just telling
goddamn
people
link.
what you said on your show.
Well,
And you
listen,
brought
the
her
hoe
up.
ain't hitting the link. Fuck that bitch. Tell that hoe to go back to work. If she was at work, she
Ooh.
showed the bitch showed be on your goddamn shit all goddamn day. If the hoe was at work so much, showed paying attention and listening and lurking, huh? Tell that hoe to step outside. Tell that bitch to go in the break room for a moment, bitch. Like I was in a hospital and she was dragging me. Tell that bitch to go to the break room. Anyway, let me go. Anyway, let me go brush my motherfucking teeth. I'll be right back. Fuck her and fuck whoever else, bitch. Are you stupid? And fuck
Okay.
Chef ass with a Down
Okay.
syndrome looking ass. Fuck that bitch. Anyway,
Mm.
mm-hmm.
Mm.
And shout out to Honest Raw. Well, I owe him an apology then, and maybe I should go listen to his
I
video.
think you should, because Honest Roe
Yeah,
didn't say anything
I owe him an
derogatory.
apology.
He just gave his opinion about you getting a child. Now, he did spill some tea, which I think
About
you'll probably
what?
cuss him out later. He said that you got mad because you was trying to holler at a trans man and you didn't know it was a trans man. Now,
I
that's
ain't
what
try to
Rose
holler
said.
at shit. See, now if he's gonna tell a story, tell him to tell it correctly too as well. I ain't try to holler at shit. I was in there, okay? I wouldn't try to
Somebody
holler
said
at
you'll
shit.
argue with her, but not Mississippi. Slap her, but not a white man. Nigga,
Yeah,
please.
whatever. You're right. And next, ouch, that hurt, girl. Fuck y'all. And good morning, America, bitch. I don't give a fuck. You're right.
Mm-mm-mm.
You're absolutely right. Next.
Mm-mm-mm.
Now read another comment. Read
Okay.
another one while I'm up here
Ebony.
talking to you. While I'm up,
Ebony.
and you the main one, and you should read the comments, and you be the main one want to egg somebody on. Read another one so I
I'm
can
not
tell them
just
to
reading the
suck my
comments,
dick.
baby. I
Read
mean, but we
another one
just
so I can tell them to
talking.
eat my shit out my ass. Go ahead and read another one. You
Oh,
ain't talking to Castro,
you
nigga. This is
you sound
Uncle
pretty sane
Brian.
to me. You sound
This
like
is
you fit
Uncle
to raise a
Brian.
child today.
Don't
You
read the
sound like you fit to
comment.
raise a
Talk
child
to me,
today.
Tommy. Don't read the comment, and you up here reading it, wanting to get a reaction. Read another one so I can tell them how to
My
suck the
God, you
fungus
sound like
off my
parent material to
toes.
me. Oh my God. Ever since
Suck
you
the
lost
fungus off
Mississippi,
my
you done lost
toes,
your mind.
bitch.
That's
Suck
what
the
Shepard
fungus
said.
off my toes and
Ever
eat
since
my
you lost
ass.
Mississippi, you done lost your mind.
Well, at least I
Mm,
had a Mississippi, bitch. You had your mother and that dog. Okay.
mm, mm, mm.
Next.
My
At least I
God.
had Mississippi, bitch. You had your mother and that
Somebody said
dog.
that breath is burning my nose. Child.
Well, bitch, I hope it catch on fire, bitch, in hell. Next.
Mm, mm,
Bitch, I hope your
mm.
shit catch on fire, bitch, and you get second degree in your nostrils. Next.
Oh my.
Mhm.
I don't think there's anything else, Brian. I mean, go
Okay,
brush
well,
your
y'all have
teeth.
a beautiful day, Jay Wilson. And I'm going to pop my child anytime I want to pop him if he up there talking about putting on a motherfucking dress. You
Why
7,
is
8
that
years
so?
old.
Why is that a focus of you? You sound like
You
you a
are
Christian
7 and
nationalist.
8. Yeah, you
I
goddamn right. It's a
mean, you
focus.
sound really off
I
with
don't give a
that.
fuck. If
Did
you're
your mama
7,
pop you
if
when
you,
you was gay?
did
Did
yours
your mama
pop
pop
you?
you when you was gay?
Did
No,
yours pop you?
no,
Oh, well,
no,
maybe she
not
should have.
absolutely not.
Maybe she
Not
should
absolutely
have.
not. Why?
Maybe she
Because
should have.
because I'm doing well. I didn't have a problem. I got
Maybe she
A's in
should
school.
have. But anyway,
Wait a
I'll be
minute.
right back.
Wait a
Hold
minute.
up right
I
quick.
got
And
A's
then,
in school. They didn't have to come and
well,
get me out of
good.
jail. So what you
Congratulations.
trying to say?
Yay for
What you trying
you.
to say?
Yay for you.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
sorry that your mama whooped your ass and made you feel less than, but
Bitch,
you
she ain't
was
whoop my
born that
ass,
way.
nigga. I caught a whooping like everybody else, bitch. Why
Okay.
you so
All
fixated
right.
on that? Why you
I
want
don't
my
know
mama to
because
be somebody that whoop my
I think
ass,
it's a
bitch?
cycle.
Why you
I
want
think
her
it's
to
a
make? Why you want her to
cycle.
be somebody that whoop my
I
ass?
think it's a
Why you keep
cycle.
on saying that, bitch? That
I
your
think it's a
maybe your mama should
cycle.
have beat your motherfucking ass,
I think it's
bitch.
a cycle. I think it's a cycle.
Girl,
And
whatever.
that's
Anyway,
why
I'll be right
I
back,
think
girl.
it's a
Whatever.
cycle. Okay. So Brian is going to brush his teeth. But like I said, usually this stuff happens because it's a learned behavior. Don't get me wrong, you all. My parents believed in corporal punishment, but it was the last resort. It was very last resort. And I just think we have a problem when we don't talk to our kids to find out what's going on with them. And I think this is why a lot of people's children move away, don't come back, don't say too much to them because, that's it. Can I say this? And I'm not saying that this is all families, but in my observation, families who have a healthy dialogue with children feel free to talk and express themselves, and like I said, there has to be some parameters, but you want your child to express themselves. You want them to ask questions because they're going to need it in life. We're taught to be subservient and so when we get to school we don't ask questions, and I mean it's a lot of things that go into this. We really need to pour in our kids that you're bright, you're gifted. Let the kids ask questions. Mommy, why? Because that curiosity is going to be what they need. And it's okay to have your kids to say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, and all of that stuff, but then they should be able to ask questions. And they should be able to feel free to talk to you. Let me tell you something. When a child talks to you and tell you something that blows you away, how are you going to respond to it? Are you going to beat their ass? Or are you going to really talk talk them through it and help them through it. A lot of this stuff is life and death. And like I said, I know a lot of people who done beat their children and they in jail just like everybody else. So I think it's a crapshoot. But I want a well-adjusted child. And I'm not saying that
Jay
corporal
Wilson,
punishment is not important,
Jay
but it
Wilson,
should be last resort. Yes.
I want you to forget that I said beat, because I never said beat my child. I said I'm going to pop my child. We all done got popped on the hand. We all done got popped. So let me just respond to you right quick, please. My child I want an open door policy. But what I'm telling you is they have a lot of these people in this world that give these children, oh, I don't spank my child. Freedom of expression. No, you need structure and you need to learn. You know, you need to learn about the world. But my point is, my child is not going to be 6, 7, 8 years old talking about they want to be transgender. That's not going to happen. Now, when you get 18 and you want to go ahead and leave my establishment, whether it's an efficiency apartment, a double wide trailer, or whatever, I'm in.
So if your child comes to you and say, I'm
Hold up.
transgender. No.
I didn't even get
If you're,
I
hold
didn't
on
even
for a
get to
minute.
finish. Let me finish my
Hold
last
on. No,
little
but I
part.
got a question for you.
Oh man, see, then
If
I'm gonna
your
forget my
child is
last
60,
little
no,
part
but
that I
no,
had to say.
okay,
Wow.
go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it, because I do
Okay.
have a question. Go ahead and say it, because I do have a question. Go ahead.
But I'm just saying that when they get 18 years old, then you can be free to live your life. My children is not going to be running my household telling me that I think I'm this and I think I'm that. Well, you need to
St.
wait
James
till
said
you.
I had never had to whoop my daughter.
Well, that's St. James. I bet
Okay.
you but I bet you there's a lot of people that spank. I'm not saying whoop, because I don't believe in beating. But what you ain't gonna do is come in here talking about no goddamn
So
dress like you a
what if
boy.
your 6-year-old son or daughter says, I believe I'm transgender? How you gonna handle that?
I'm gonna take his ass to counseling, and you have to get that demon up out of you.
What if it's not a demon? I mean, because you gay, so is that a demon because you gay?
I'm not gay. I'm just somebody right now. Listen,
Oh boy, you gay. You gay. You
Jay
gay.
Wilson, stop. You're not gonna
You
take
gay.
Listen, hold up. Let me respond. You're not gonna take away my experiences in life.
Well, your
Okay.
experience have been all gay
That
experiences. When have you had a heterosexual? I've had heterosexual experiences. So
okay.
when have you had a heterosexual experience?
You see, and you're so busy just to respond, you're not listening. I'm not talking about those type of experiences, Jay Wilson.
But
And
those
then yet,
experiences make
and
you gay.
then and then yet again, you say, I know people that have been touched by the priest, and that I'm not them. I'm me, Jay Wilson. We had this conversation over and over and over. Everybody is not the same person, okay? So I don't want to have that conversation over and over, talking about, well, I know some priests that been touched, and they got families. Well, good for them. Congratulations.
No,
Good
I'm
for
just
them.
making the point that everybody who's going through that
Well, that's
is
them.
not gay.
I'm
I
not
mean,
speaking for
because
everybody.
how you try to put it is that
I'm
everybody
speaking
who's
for
gone through that
myself.
experience may be gay.
I'm speaking for myself.
Okay, so when are you gonna be heterosexual?
Well, okay. Well,
Because you
that's a
seem
good.
like it can flip. It seems like it's a flip.
Well,
And
and
when you get to
and you
that
know
switch, could
what?
you please tell me about it?
Okay, well, let me answer your question. When I'm going to be heterosexual, the beautiful part of life is that I don't have to answer to you, and I don't have to
Okay.
rush. I don't
All
have to
right, you don't
rush
have to
to
rush.
appease.
You've been
Hold up,
saying
let
that
me
for a
finish,
while.
please. Let me finish. And the beautiful part is I don't have to rush to appease you. So that's the beautiful part. Are any of these bitches in that goddamn
But you
audience?
know what, Brian, was funny
At
though? You
all.
was willing to give it up for Mississippi though. Oh, yes, you were. You were willing to give it up. I asked you
Okay,
that
so does that
question,
make me a
but you was ready
criminal?
to give it up.
Does that make me a criminal?
No, it doesn't. It just
Okay,
makes
so
you who
okay,
you
good.
are.
Good.
Who
Good. Was
you
it
are.
legal for me to want to give it up for Mississippi? Was it
Mhm.
legal? Okay, so okay, good. Thank you.
I mean, you proved my point, but it's okay,
I
Brian, if
I
you
prove
gay.
your point of what? What did I prove your point
You
of?
gay. So it is. You definitely not a
Well,
man sleeping with a man. You gay.
mm,
It's okay.
okay. Well, Jay Wilson, I really do not want to argue with you, Jay Wilson.
I'm not. It's not an
I'm
argument.
glad that this is your show and you could talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about. Like
I
anybody.
mean, you seem like you're really upset, but you
I'm
know, like I
really
said, it
upset.
is
Am
what
I
it is.
yelling or am I talking? How am I really upset? You
I
keep
don't
trying to throw
know.
these buzzwords. You're
It's
really
not a
upset. How am I
buzzword,
really upset
Brian.
and I'm
I'm
talking?
just
I'm not.
listening to you.
No. Excuse me, because you're not going to gaslight me. How am I upset when I'm talking to you like a normal person? That makes
Okay,
absolutely no
and I'm
sense.
not gaslighting. I'm just
No, you
saying
seem like you're really
these are
upset.
some things that you said in your chat. I'm not upset. Not upset
Okay,
for
so you see
what?
how that work? How I can call you upset and you're not?
For
That's what
what?
you're doing to me, calling me upset, and I'm not. I'm not upset
But you
about
said
shit.
you wasn't gay.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Listen, anyway, Jay Wilson, have a good day, Jay Wilson. I'm gonna pop my
Okay,
motherfucking. I'm gonna pop my child.
you do what you gotta
If
do.
I sure will, and most of all, I'm gonna love my child. I'm gonna teach my child
Mm.
over. That's what I'm gonna teach my child about. I'm gonna teach my child about how Satan jump into people like Angelica and whoever else and possess these people to do worldly things. Okay,
Well, did
I'm
it possess
I'm
you
gonna
to
teach
talk
my
about
child.
people? Did it possess you to try to put curses on folk? I mean,
Who I
so
put a
you gonna
curse
talk about
on?
your possession, right?
Who I put a curse on, child?
I
Tell me.
mean, you've been talking about everybody's health and
Like they've
focus.
been talking about me and my mama.
Oh,
Okay,
okay, but
and
Jehovah should
okay,
get you
why
to
you don't
point.
tell? Okay, so why you
But
don't talk to
Jehovah
them and
should say,
tell
"Hold
them?
your peace and let Jehovah fight
I
your
don't give a
battle."
fuck. I don't give a fuck. Why don't you talk to them and ask them these same questions you're
I
asking
don't know,
me?
but my thing is
Why
this:
you
you
didn't
the one
ask
who, but
Duchess?
you the good
Why you
Jehovah
didn't ask
Witness. But
Duchess?
you the good
Why
Jehovah
you didn't call
Witness.
your friend Duchess and say, Duchess, that's
Oh, it's
wrong to
always
go on
somebody,
Lady
but you the
Nick?
good
No,
Jehovah
no, no, no,
Witness.
no, no, no. Yeah. Just like Lady Nick is a victim. Yeah, I could be one too. Because why you didn't say with Duchess? That's wrong for you to go up on there on that lady platform dressed as a ghost talking about some chicken salad. Why you
Oh,
didn't
you
say that?
still on that?
Well, no,
Didn't Lady
yeah,
need to
yeah,
tell
because
you
you
what
be
that was
still
about?
on it.
Oh
You
boy, see,
still
this is
be
why
on
you
it.
can't have no child because
You
you can't
still
let
be
that
on
stuff
it, and
go.
okay, you still be on it.
You still on
You
that?
still be
Angelica,
on it.
girl, get ready, honey, because he got you in his sights. He is real angry with you,
Girl, whatever.
Angelica.
And why you can't let Castro live down that a cabin gate? You still be on that, don't you? Don't
I
you still
do.
be on the cabin?
I do
Okay,
because
so
it just,
good.
you
Okay,
know
so at
what?
least
Because
you're
it
honest.
brings
At least you're
things to,
honest.
it brings things to light.
Hmm.
And it's very
Okay.
current
Well, I
today. It
just
brings
brought this
things
to
to
the
light.
light then. I just brought this to the light.
Okay.
I
All right.
contradicted you.
Well, you better
Because you
go
up
ahead
here
and get
telling
ready. You
me
got
about
two
everything I
years.
do, but you
You
don't.
got two
Hold
years
up.
to start
Hold up right
having
quick.
these
Hold up. Hold up. Hold
children.
up. Hold up right quick. Hold up.
You got
Because you're
2 years.
hold up right quick. Because you're telling me about the stuff that I do, but you don't never tell all these other people about the shitty stuff that they do. So, Jay Wilson, that's why I say, I don't care what y'all say. I'm going to do what I want to do.
We know you're gonna do what you want.
Period.
It is
And
what
I
it is,
am, and
baby.
I will. Okay.
Baby,
And I'm
let me
going to
tell you, after we get
always
out
be
of here, I'm gonna
blessed.
go ahead and put my commercials in and we're gonna
Well,
do what we
go
need to
ahead, baby.
do.
I hope you put two at a time, baby. Put two back to back.
You can get them four. You can get them four.
Well, look, eight
Just
of
in
them
case you
back
didn't
to
know,
back.
four.
I hope you
Back
do
to
eight
back.
of them.
All right. Well, you take your non-gay stuff out of here and brush your teeth.
Oh no, I brushed them already, Jay Wilson.
That
And
was
Jay
quick.
Wilson,
Did you get the
listen,
back molars?
I sure did. And listen, I love you in Jehovah's name, Jay Wilson. You are an antagonizer, baby. And I know your worth. I know what you
Mm.
do, baby. That's
No,
how you get
I just
off.
heard what you said.
You are an antagonizer,
You
baby.
told
And
me
listen, I still
to go
love you, baby.
listen to Honest Row.
I
I
love
listened to
you.
Honest Row, and I'm giving my opinion about
I
what Honest
love
Row
you.
said, and
I
then
love
I talked
you.
about what you said, and that's
I
it.
I love you, Jay Wilson. I love
You better, because you ain't gonna go to
I
heaven if you
love
don't.
you. I love
You
you.
better love me, because you ain't
Okay.
going to heaven if you don't. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Because
And it is
Jehovah
what it
said,
is.
how
Now
can
when
you
you
love me whom you never seen, but hate your brother who you see every day? The Bible says you're a liar. And I know
mm,
you ain't a liar. So I know if you're going to go to heaven, you got to love me and vice
mm,
versa.
shout out to Miss Douglas, baby. I felt so connected to her last night. I
We know you
felt so
did. We heard it. We heard the whole
oh my
we heard
God.
the whole talk. We
It was
heard the whole talk.
was it a public talk?
It was a public talk. We
Okay,
heard
for the
it.
Jehovah Witness public talk, theocratical. Was
Mhm,
it theocratical?
mhm. It was something, I
And,
tell you.
Jay Wilson, didn't you say you had sex with a Jehovah Witness before? Well, why you didn't go tell on them to get them disfellowship? You should have went told on them to get them
No,
disfellowship. Why
actually,
you
I
didn't
helped
do
his
all that?
mama get a job because she needed help with her resume because his dad divorced his mom. And so she was struggling and I helped her with her resume. So yeah. So yeah, she thought I was disfellowshipped. I'm like, oh no, I'm
No,
not a
I'm
Jehovah's
talking about
Witness.
you should have got that man disfellowship because he's baptized. So why is he being gay, messing with you? And he Jehovah.
Because he's a human being, and no
Uh-uh.
matter how you try to
Mm,
control people, they're people, and he
mm-mm.
gay.
You should have got
Yeah,
him disfellowship. Okay.
okay, well, what good is that gonna do?
You should have got his ass disfellowship because
All of them
first of
people who
all,
done got pregnant at Jehovah Witness and they still going. I mean, it's really interesting. It's a pick and choose, just like any other religion. It's
mm,
pick and choose. It's pick
last
and
night was
choose.
magical, Miss Douglas, baby. It felt so good. Oh, it feels so good. Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Jay Wilson, yeah, you should have got him disfellowship. But anyway,
I ain't have to do that.
I'm gonna go
That's
back
all
and
right.
listen.
He's already suffering enough,
Oh,
playing that role. So I ain't gonna put no more on him. You know, he knew who he was. It's unfortunate, but if he would have went to another religion or something, he might have been. But you know, it is what it is. So and he didn't bother me about it.
mm. All right, Jay Wilson. Thank you for your advice. Though I do be listening to what you be saying, but I'm grown at the end of the day.
You are, but it's
Hold
just
up.
an
See,
opinion,
I can't
Briine.
even finish the sentence. Look, I can't even finish the sentence. Look, you just cut me off when I was. But this is your channel, I understand, and maybe that's how you run things up over here. I'm just glad to be a visitor. Thank you so much for allowing me. It's a privilege. But I'm just saying, thank you for I do be listening to what you be saying, but I don't ever want you to forget that this is not Castro and this is damn for sure not Tommy. I
Who said
respect.
that? I mean, who
Hold
said
up,
that you were
hold up.
Castro and Tommy though?
Excuse me. I love to respect you. I look up to you. But one thing I won't allow you to do is abuse me and belittle me like you do them, baby, because I got enough gumption to come and fight for myself. Now, I do respect you. I do think that you are a good man, and on certain days you do mean well when you do be trying to, and it's genuine, but you ain't about to Castro and Tom and me. If I want to come on my channel and talk and express myself, I don't give a fuck if 1,000 people masses turn against me. I don't give a fuck because I'm gonna do what I want to
But
do.
Briine,
And,
let me hold on.
listen,
Let me stop you right there.
hold
No,
up,
no, no,
hold
no, no,
up,
no, no.
hold
Let
up.
me stop you right
And
there.
I
No,
don't
no, no, no.
answer
Because
to nobody
you
else
hold
but
on. No, no, no.
Jehovah
You got
God.
me messed up.
How?
You say what the hell you want about me. You don't ever hear me coming complaining and crying to you. I never do
I
that.
say what I want about you because
Well, okay then. So
after
I'm
you say
saying
what
what
you
I
want
want to say,
about
what
me,
I say. See,
what are
that's
you
what I'm
talking
trying to
about?
say. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
You
I
say
mean,
what you want about me and I come
you
and
have raked
respond. Are
me.
you
You
crazy?
have raked. Hold on. You have raked me across the coal. Never have I come cried to you,
After
and
you
then you
say
click.
what you want about
Hold
me,
on.
Jay
Hold on.
Wilson,
Hold on for a minute now. Hold on. I'm
girl,
not done. And you
stop.
clicked my link, and I still respect you and
After
not
you say
hold you
what
to the
you
point.
want about me, love, you talk about me like a dog. And when I go on my channel and cuss your ass out, you goddamn motherfucking right. You're
Okay. So what's the
absolutely
point then?
right.
So what's the point? That's what I'm
You
trying to say.
you brought it up.
I mean, but my thing is, you
Shit.
lose your mind over it, and I'm like, okay, that's
Okay,
Briine's found
and
no.
maybe that's who I am.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. That's good to know.
Now, you
That's
think
good
I'm
though. As long as we clarify that,
oh
that's who
Lord.
you are.
Oh Lord, we can't stay cool for no longer than 24 hours, I see, because
No, no,
it's some type
I'm
of
just really bringing it to the
miscommunication.
forefront because again, you really get touched in your spirit. But I know what this is about, and so
What is
my
it
thing is
about?
this:
What is it about? Since you know everything.
1099. Once the show is over, I click, I go take the costume off and go home. But some people really live this, and I mean, it is what it
Yeah.
is.
And I'm one of them
Okay,
because you can't
okay.
first of all, this is first of all, listen. Your experience might be different from Shakim's experience. Shakim's experience might be different from motherfucking Heidi. Heidi experience might be different from Five Babe. You can't tell nobody to conform to your way of thinking. Be 10 and 99. Don't let nothing get to you. I don't live like that. If something
Okay,
bothers
well,
me,
this
I'm
is
gonna
this
let it
is my
bother me.
show, and this is how I conduct
Well,
it
good,
because this is how I
good,
do it. So I'm just
good,
being very honest with you. But my thing
good,
is, it is what it is. I
good.
mean, okay. All right,
Okay,
so I
well,
guess that's
I
it. So
want you to
so we
I
shouldn't
want you
have
to
a
have a
problem. So you should know where we're coming from and where I'm coming from, and so it shouldn't be a major issue. I mean, because I never show up on your show crying, hollering, and you scared this about me and all that. I just move on. I don't do all of that.
Angelica, or is it Angelica, or is it Angelica?
You really had issues with her though. You really did.
Angelica,
I felt that. I felt the heat at the phone. I'm like, ooh, is he really? Ooh, because you was really coming for her.
Mississippi, baby, Mississippi, and I'm waiting on motherfucking P Valley to come back. Did P Valley ever come back yet?
I don't know.
Oh my God! But Jay Wilson, have a beautiful day at
You
work.
too, because I
I
gotta
won't.
go.
Hold
But
up,
it's
hold up,
real.
hold up.
Okay,
Let me
girl, because I gotta clock in.
wait. I want.
Because
I want all your
because I'm an early worker, so I gotta,
listen.
next. Go
Listen,
ahead.
I want all your blessings to come true. I want you and Mark to have a baby. And I want y'all to have a loving family. I ain't got no problem
No,
with Mark.
no, we don't
Mark
want
ain't
to
done
have
nothing to
kids.
me.
We don't want to have kids. Mark already has a kid. He's grown and
But that
it's good.
child is grown. Y'all would never
Okay, well we
experience
good.
that. But anyway,
We
Jay
good.
Wilson, have a beautiful day at work, okay?
All
And
right,
God
we have
bless you. I
each
love
other.
you.
God bless you too.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Look, y'all, I gotta go. This was very interesting today. Peace and love, y'all. I'll be talking to y'all a little later on. Bye.